I would like to run a video. So if you're out there somewhere in the world watching this, in the top right corner of your screen, that's me, shit. If there's on your screen, you will see something that says video. If you click on the video, you can watch it too.
I think it's preferable to know what you're doing before you take a leap off the cliff.
We were in this funny little room, and each of us would have to take turns picking up the phone and doing a cold call to brand X or brand Y.
We started at a kitchen table, classic stuff, developing the business in the hours that we had, fitting around the other work that we were doing.
What I'd like to do is inhabit a slightly different world where my values are slightly different, where my, what I want to do and what I want to achieve is slightly different. And that can be done in a social democracy. It can be done in a capitalist context.
I wake up in the morning because I want to change the way that we work in this country.
There isn't anything more motivating than the young people we work with.
We've got Shoreditch Spa, we've got Acorn House and Waterhouse. We're looking at opening a third restaurant in Derry in the north of Ireland next year. We have 5 retail spaces, peculiarly Shoreditch type businesses. So we have a dog and cat creche. I was there just meeting the women who were running it, and a woman came in and said, "Oh, I just can't leave the little darling on his own for the day." And you just think, she's paying 40 quid. But it's fine because they pay us rent.
My favourite description of Liberty is from my client at Coca-Cola, who describes us as a marketing agency with a youth club in the middle of it. It kind of sums it up. We are a socially responsible communications agency. Our ambition is to use the power of brands, media and marketing to put positive messages out to the broadest audience of young people.
I think very early on we recognised that there was no point in being driven by social objectives if we couldn't deliver for businesses. The employers that we were working with at the time had very much seen the value of part-time. They knew that they wanted to be able to build efficiencies into their business by being able, in effect, to recruit good quality candidates who could work for them over less hours, but didn't know where to go to find these women. And we did, and we realised that there was a real gap in the market for a part-time recruitment service.
The first part was the crazy bit, when we were talking to brands and governments about social marketing, kept getting pushed into CSR departments, kept pushing our way back to marketing departments, kept taking the odd job to do the branded pillow here and there with the social justification that we'd still be here next month. Lots of working things out.
We work with over about 500 employers a year across from all types of sectors and businesses, from administrators through to £100,000 a year finance directors.
We now operate across London. We have approximately 2,000 employers on our books. We have 20,000 women on our books. And we, in effect, have doubled pretty much in size for the first few years that we've operated.
This year we're on course to turn over £3.5 million. There will be a good profit out of that.
Last year was about 8.7 million. The crucial issue for us is that the business is a flexible business model. So if we don't make the money that we thought we would in 2 quarters, we can postpone a project that we were thinking of delivering.
We got some good advice, I think, in our second or third year, when turnover wasn't massive, and we were told that a healthy business turns over approximately £100,000 per employee, which was a significant amount of money, more than we were at the time turning over. We probably clicked into that kind of ratio about midway through our lives.
If we make this money, we can spend it here. We can do these things. If we don't make this money, we just become like every other organisation that pitched up in Shoreditch, did a bit of good and then disappeared.
All too often, the emphasis on social outweighs the enterprise. And it only works when it's social enterprise and they're on even playing fields. If we are going to change the world, we need to be as big and bold, as ambitious as the corporates out there who we need to re-educate.
The more we grow, the more we're able to reinvest. We can continue to be robust, keep to our social values, but also make sure that the quality of the service is really absolutely optimum.
Just make sure your business is sound. You're not going to change the world if what you're running fails. You're actually going to make a poor contribution to the social enterprise movement.
I think greed is good if it makes you commercially viable.
If greed means ambition, if greed means helping your business be better, helping support your customers and helping them better, then greed is a great thing.
if we understood profit more meaningfully, perhaps greed and ambition for that profit wouldn't be so bad. But we need to pull the argument away from money being bad, and we need to rethink the way we look at value and profit across the board if we're actually going to turn from just being a niche part of industry, a social enterprise, and be the business model that is the dominant business model, which is where the natural conclusion of this has got to be.